What's going on, guys? This is Ben from Team Team, and I'm coming at you with my favorite deck, probably ever, closest to Stellar Knights, but this is Madolche. Now, Madolche is a very fun deck, very floaty, and yeah, so let's dive into it. I'll explain what each card does in case you're unfamiliar with the deck and how it plays, as well as some of the basic combos and combo lines. So the first card you run 3 of is Madolche Mageline. Her effect is that you can normal summon her. Well, when she's normal summoned, you can add 1 Madolche monster from your deck to your hand. Very helpful. She's basically the searcher. You always want to see her, and she is a 1-card OTK, as well as the next card, which is Madolche Angeli. Of course, you run 3 of her. She is equivalent to, let's say, like a Lone Fire Blossom. You can tribute her to special summon out a Madolche from your deck. But the fun part is that Madolche can't be destroyed by battle and is returned to your deck at the end phase of your next turn. The next Madolche we run is 3 Petting Sessor. This is our newest addition into the main deck. I forget which set she came out in, but you can special summon her out from your hand if you have no monsters in grave. And when she's special summoned by any means, you can special summon a Madolche from your deck, but its level is reduced by 1. And I'll explain why that's relevant later when we get to the card. Next, I play 2 Madolche Hootcake. I've seen people play this at 2 or 3. And I run 2 because I find that it's not really the best starter. If you don't have any monsters in grave, you can't activate its effect. And it's honestly kind of difficult to get a monster into the graveyard, especially turn 1. So yeah, I only run 2. You only search for it during the combo. And yeah, all of these Madolches are searchable, so you don't really need to draw Hootcake. Next, I run 2 Messengelato. If this card is special summoned by a Madolche monster and you have a beast on the field, a beast-type Madolche, then you can add 1 Madolche spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So that's how you search your field spell and the continuous spells I'll get into later. Next, for the last Madolche, I play 1 Pudding Cess. The combo here is that when Pudding Cessor special summons her, her level is reduced by 1, so then you can go into your Xyz play. Otherwise, you don't really want to see her. That's why it's at 1. For the non-Madolche monsters, I play 1 Summoner Monk. This card is just another way to get to your OTK combo. I have to sneeze.
You can edit that.
Yeah, I'll just edit it out. This card is another way to get to your OTK combo. Discard a spell and just special summon the Pudding Cessor out right there. So yeah, 1 Summoner Monk. I play Artifact, so Artifact Scythe. Just prevents your opponent from making their plays that they want to do. Yeah, just great card in general. And then for the hand traps, or I guess Phantasme is more of like a field trap, I guess, but you special summon him out from the hand if your opponent special summons a Link monster, and when an effect that your opponent activates targets one of your monsters, you can just discard a card, negate that effect. So very helpful against pretty much everything nowadays. And he's just a 2400 beat stick, so can't complain. So that rounds out the monsters. Next I have the spells. So 2 Madolche Chateau is your field spell. It gives all your Madolches 500 attack and defense, and when it's activated, you can shuffle all Madolche monsters from your graveyard back into your deck. So that procs a lot of other effects that I'll get into later. That's why I run 2 of them. Next is Madolche Salon. This is the newest card out of Eternity Code. Basically what it does is every turn you have this on the field, you can normal summon 1 additional Madolche monster in addition to your normal summoner set. And when a Madolche is returned to the deck, you can set 1 Madolche spell or trap directly from your deck. So that's how you get to the field spell and to the next card, which is Madolche Ticket. Because this is searchable through Messengelato and Salon, you only run 1, and it doesn't really have that shuffle back effect, so that's why I don't run in that too. But when Ticket is on the field and a Madolche is shuffled into the deck, and you have a fairy monster, you can not only add a Madolche from your hand, or into your hand, but you can special summon it as well. So very strong. Next, this deck is a combo deck, OTK based, so you have to run 3 Call by the Grave. This prevents you from getting Effect Veilered or DD Crowed or any hand trap that will prevent you from kind of running your combo through to the end. In a similar vein, I run Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone is just great at getting rid of back row, and I run this over Twin Twister because banishing is just stronger than when it comes to spell and traps. Like a lot of spell and traps have graveyard effects, so just banishing it altogether makes it so I don't have to see it again. Foolish Burial Goods, I play this at 1, and I'll just kind of explain why right away. So into the traps, I run 2 Madolche Promenade. So basically, Foolish Burial Goods acts as seeing a 3rd Promenade. So if I draw into Promenade, I can set it and use its amazing effect, which is to negate any card and shuffle a Madolche from my field or graveyard back in my deck. And Foolish Burial Goods sends it to the graveyard because it has a graveyard effect, which is that I could banish it from the graveyard and then attach a Madolche from my hand or deck as Xyz material. And that's very important because I'll show you the synergy with that later. To round out the traps, I have 2 kind of 3-ofs, so I run 3 Artifact Sanctum to get to Scythe, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. This acts as like an effect negation from the hand turn, when you don't have any cards on the field. So very good. All right, so that rounds out the main deck. In the extra deck, I run 3 copies of Madolche Teacher Glass Souffle. She can quick effect, detach, and target one of your Madolches, and it's unaffected by monster effects except her own. So this is very good to like save yourself from any kind of like, I guess, destruction effect like Girsu or any of that. Madolche Queen Tiramisu. She's the OG. She was the best Xyz kind of the whole time. Everyone loves her. Everyone hates her. You can detach, target 2 Madolches in your grave, shuffle them back to the deck, and then your opponent has to shuffle 2 cards that they control back into the deck. And the great thing about her is that she doesn't target your opponent's cards, and she doesn't destroy your opponent's cards. So a lot of cards that have like defensive effects won't really save themselves. Madolche Pudding Cess Chocolate Mode. You need Madolche Pudding Cess underneath her in order to kind of really abuse her effect. But basically, once per turn, you can send a Madolche from your graveyard back to your deck, and if she has Pudding Cess underneath her, then you can detach and special summon any Madolche straight from your deck. So, very, very good. Abyss Dweller, just to stop your opponent from going, making plays. This is like kind of like the anti-brick. If I draw into like a Messengelato and like a Salon or something, I can at least just Abyss Dweller. Then I run 3 Fresh Sistart. Sistart is like your defensive wall. She makes it so your opponent can't target your spell or trap cards, and if she were to be destroyed by battle or card effect, I can just shuffle a Madolche from my graveyard back into the deck instead. Then for the non-Madolches, I run 1 Nightmare Phoenix and 1 Borlo Dragon. Borlo is just a big beat stick that I can run over big stuff with, and then Nightmare Phoenix is just good. So I barely ever make the non-Madolche cards, but they're there just in case. So thanks for watching, and this has been Ben from Team. I hope you enjoyed my Madolche deck.